What is going on, Trash Talkers? We're back with another episode for you. In today's video, we're going to discuss whether the New England Patriots are the best team in the NFL. All that and much more coming your way right now! Hey Trash Talkers, over 85% of you are still not subscribed to the channel. Please be sure to hit that red subscribe button and turn on notifications, as it will help us create more daily content for you. Thank you and enjoy today's video. Alright Nick, it only took one season for the NFL to have a little reprieve from the New England Patriots, and they're right back into the swing of things, really getting going right now and looking like they could possibly be the best team in the NFL. So the question is, are they the best team in the NFL right now?
Yeah, I'll say they are. I'm not afraid to say the New England Patriots are the scariest team in the NFL and can beat everybody else. Right now, the Patriots are firing on all cylinders. They're firing in all three phases of the game, and they have not shown a single weakness. You cannot say there is a single receiver on this team that you can take out and disrupt this offense. Not a single running back that you can take out and disrupt this offense. You cannot disrupt Mac Jones. Mac Jones does not get phased. He is one of the most pressured quarterbacks in the league, and yet he is one of the most accurate quarterbacks in the league, the most accurate rookie of all time. This offense has so much versatility, no defense can get in its way. When you look at the defense for the Patriots, the secondary is stout, having some of the most takeaways in the NFL. They are smothering receivers all over the field. They are taking care of tight ends because their young safety, Kyle Duggar, has decided that he's just going to blanket cover them all game long. Doesn't matter who it is. And when you look at the defensive line, that pass defense is incredible. Averaging less than 4 yards a carry, they are just destroying the complete opposition on the ground. They are not giving any will to the opposing offense that says that any team can come and beat the Patriots without playing their hearts out. So I'm gonna take the Patriots to beat every other team. They are the best team in the NFL.
Right now, no, I don't think the Patriots are. They're the scariest team, you had that right, but they're not the best team. I think that there's better teams out there when you just look at them on paper, but I do want to go over the numbers for all of you statisticians out there, all of you Brandon Staley lovers. I just want to go through the numbers. On the offensive side of the ball, strictly on offense, the Patriots rank 4th in points. They rank 12th in yards. They have an incredible rushing attack that ranks 8th in attempts and 9th in total yards. They have an average passing attack that is 17th in attempts and 12th in yards. They are performing at high levels and efficient levels, and they are the top 5 in all offensive efficiency categories that you can possibly look at. And that is where their biggest strengths are. They don't turn the ball over. They don't give you opportunities, and everybody says it, but I'm going to reiterate it. They don't beat themselves. Every other team causes issues, whether it be penalties, whether it be turnovers, whether it's a mix of both. It doesn't matter. This team does not beat themselves. On the defensive side of the ball, they're 2nd in points given up in the NFL. That is number 2 in scoring defense. You don't get much better than that. 8th in yards allowed this season, and that's without Stephon Gilmore. He didn't play a single snap for this team, so you can't even say, oh, they had Gilmore early on. Didn't ever play a snap for this team. Then you take a look at the breakdown. They're 8th against the pass and 12th against the run, and most of it is because the run, yeah, it gets going a little bit early on, especially on the first drive of the game, and then it gets absolutely shut down. You go look at the Houston game, you go look at the Cleveland game, go look at the Los Angeles game. Every time a team runs down the field on their first drive, they typically score. After that, The defense throws the clamps on, and it is lights out. This team is extremely scary, and Nick, I'm with you on that. I just don't think they're the best team just yet. I need to see more from Mac Jones. I need to see more from this passing offense. I need to see more down the field specifically. I want Nelson Aguilar, Kendrick Bourne, and Jacoby Myers to be more involved. I want to see N'Keal Harry get a little more involved in this passing offense. I think that there's a lot more to it. Jonnu Smith has been MIA ever since week 4. Don't know where he's been, but at this point, the Patriots offense, while it's efficient, it needs to have that explosive play. If they can be explosive at times, they will be, no questions asked, the best team in football.
I mean, the Patriots are the only team in the NFL that has not been up and down. They were down and now they're up. They have not fluctuated at all. They're just improving week over week over week. And until they face the Titans and the Colts and the Bills twice, people are going to say they're not the best team. But after those games, after we can put that all to bed, we're going to say the Patriots are the scariest team to face. The Patriots are not going to fold under pressure. They're not going to give up a lead to a bad team. They are going to play to their own level. They don't beat themselves. They don't do anything wrong. The Patriots are just playing with such chemistry right now. You don't see this anywhere else. The chemistry, the coaching, it does not exist anywhere else besides New England. The Patriots have the entire package. There's not one specific player that can go down and hurt what this team is doing. This is a team sport, and they are the best team.
It's tough, right? Because we see J.C. Jackson leading this team with 6 interceptions. We see Matt Judon leading this team with 10.5 sacks. They've gotten a lot of production from the free agents that they brought in. A lot of teams were questioning, why are you giving big money to these guys who maybe haven't deserved it or earned it or haven't proved that they are worthy of these big contracts? Hunter Henry been the tight end that this offense was missing. Jonnu Smith, he's had flashes of bright spots, but nothing too consistent. Nelson Aguilar and Kendrick Bourne have really been able to step up the wide receiving core from where it was the last couple of years. I'm excited about their potential in this offense, but most of the production has come on the defensive side of the ball. You're looking at Davon Godchaux. You're taking a look at Jamie Collins, Kyle Van Noy, Matt Judon, Jalen Mills. I mean, some of these guys have been thrust into really big roles, and Bill Belichick, Steve Belichick, and Gerard Mayo have all done an incredible job of getting this unit to not only play up to par with some of the best defenses in the NFL, but playing up to par with some of the best offenses in the NFL, being able to score on plays, turning the ball over, and actually getting points on the board without having to send Mac Jones and company out there. So I really like where this team is. I think they're a top 5 team for sure. I don't think they're the best team just yet.
Well, they'll change your mind after they go on a run beating some of the top teams in the AFC, and they're sitting atop the AFC as well. At that time, everybody will start jumping on the bandwagon that they are the best team and the team to beat.
All right, so before we get into that, I just want to ask you, Nick, would you take the New England Patriots over the Los Angeles Rams?
Yes.
Would you take them over the Dallas Cowboys, who they already lost to?
Yes.
Would you take them over the Buccaneers, who they already lost to?
Yes.
Would you take them over the Packers?
That's the only team I would have any quarrels about, but with the way Aaron Rodgers is beat up, Aaron Jones is hurt, and that offensive line is bad, I believe in the Patriots pass rush to absolutely demolish them, disrupt this offense, and I believe the Patriots would come out on top. So yeah, I'm taking the Patriots again.
Last one. Do you believe that the Patriots could defeat the Arizona Cardinals?
It would be tough, but I believe it would be a high-scoring game. You're going to see DeAndre Hopkins get locked up, but that's just going to open up James Conner possibly on the ground, and it's going to open up A.J. Green and Christian Kirk. Rondale Moore would be a problem. So I think that there would be some offensive scoring for the Arizona Cardinals, but I believe that the Patriots would be able to get past what the Cardinals are doing on defense. They lost J.J. Watt, and that was massive because Chandler Jones is not getting the same pressure. You're not seeing these linebackers that you drafted so high perform at that level. And so this defense is underperforming right now, and the offense is having to make up for it. So I expect the Patriots to do their part, get enough stops, and get the victory.
By those linebackers, you mean Zaven Collins and Isaiah Simmons?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So I think my biggest question is that obviously every team I talked about was in the NFC. I think we can both agree that the Patriots are probably the best team in the AFC right now. They got off to a slow start this season, as you mentioned, but they were in the game against Dallas. They were in the game against Tampa, and they almost beat Miami week 1. If it weren't for a Damian Harris fumble on the goal line, they would have been perfectly fine and had an extra victory. We're going to see what they can do against the top tier competition they have coming up. Their next game is against the Tennessee Titans. Then they have the Buffalo Bills on Monday Night Football. They have a bye week after that. And then it's right back into the thick of it with a Saturday Night Football game against the Indianapolis Colts and then the Buffalo Bills again. That 4-game stretch in 5 weeks is going to tell us everything we need to know about the New England Patriots. I think they're for real. I think they are arguably one of the best teams in the NFL. I just can't definitively say right now that they are the best team. I believe that the Packers and the Cardinals could still beat them and possibly even the Rams, but that's up for debate until we can see it. I believe that the Patriots could end up back in the Super Bowl, and we may very well end up seeing one of those matchups take place. All right, well, I want to hear from you guys. Let us know in the comments down below if you believe that the New England Patriots are the best team in the NFL right now. Let us know in the comments down below. If not, I want to hear from you. Who do you think is the best team in the NFL through week 12? Let us know in the comments down below. All right, well, that's going to be all for now. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell. We go live every single day. That'll be all. Peace and love.